about ready to get started. If folks could find a seat, there's some extra chairs over here. We do have some extra chairs that we can set up if we need more. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jim David Heiser, and on behalf of the Boyertown Lions Club, the Boyertown Rotary Club, and Building a Better Boyertown, welcome to this, the 62nd annual Boyertown Area Citizen of the Year Gala. As I always do, advance apologies for any inadvertent omissions, and my good friend, the Doc Tripp back there, is going to, if I miss anything, he'll remind me, right? You give me the high sign.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like your tie.
Thank you. It's a Mutual Admiration Society. Many thanks to Deb Bertolet and the fine folks here at the Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles. They do a fantastic job. Also, thank you to Jim and Sue Kochu and the staff at Sweet Beginnings for the excellent hors d'oeuvres and appetizers. Also, a very big thank you to Kelly Miller for putting the video slideshow together. Sort of gave us some vignettes of what's happening and our very special award recipients this evening. Tonight we honor 4 truly outstanding individuals. Mark Malizzi, Robert Rothermel, Jordan Wood, and Josh Pennington. I would ask you to please stand now as we offer our Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. And I would ask you to remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by Lieutenant Joseph Smith of the Boyertown Salvation Army. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. We come before you today, Lord, to give you honor and praise. You are worth our praise. You are the source of all that is good. You are the source of all our blessings. Thank you for every gift that you have given. Thank you for the opportunity to come together on this day. We ask that your hand of blessing on this day of celebration. We ask that you would guide and direct our celebration of these wonderful people here today. And we ask for wisdom, praise, and fellowship, and so that it's honoring you. Thank you for helping us to accomplish our work and our goals each day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Lieutenant Smith. We have a number of special guests this evening. I'd like to welcome, please raise your hand and acknowledge, if you can, Mayor Mary Ann Deary, Boyertown, and Frank Deary. From the Boyertown School District, we have Dr. Richard Fadley, Dr. Brett Cooper, Christine Parks. Did I miss anybody from the school district? If I did, I do apologize. Also, we have, I would be remiss if I did not mention this, we have 2 of Boyertown's finest wrestling coaches here tonight, Pete Ventresca and Tony Haley. This year, Tony, you're really shy, you don't even raise your hand, but that's okay. This year was arguably the finest year in 51 years of Boyertown wrestling. And those of you who followed it understand what that's all about. And Ms. Ventresca was named Pennsylvania Coach of the Year. Congratulations, Pete. I'm sorry, Tony is Assistant Coach of the Year. Now Tony's really mad at me. Truly an accomplishment. As I said, I would have been remiss if I had not mentioned that. Also, please welcome this evening State Representative David Maloney. Congressman Ryan Costello was planning to attend. He ran into some travel issues, but his aide is here tonight, Jason Carver. A very special thank you to our Citizen Event Committee. I would like to ask you folks to stand and remain standing till I'm through with the list. These are the folks that start meeting in the end of December and do a lot of planning and task working to make sure this happens without any kind of major glitches. Roger Lehman, Barbara Lehman, Sean Barnt, Deb Bertolet, Lori Carnes, Jim Tribbett, Rob Scaboria and Richard Fagley, Kathy Berry, Darrell Cross, and a gentleman who's been serving the Boyertown community for years is on our committee. Unfortunately, he's recovering. Thankfully, he's doing well recovering from major surgery. He could not be here tonight, Carl Stauffer. Thank you all to the committee. A number of past citizen and related award recipients are here this evening. Please, we're not going to mention you by name, but if you're here tonight, if you've received one of those awards anytime in the past 62 years, please stand to be acknowledged. Please stand now. And a very, very special thank you to our extremely generous event sponsors. These are the folks, the business and professional folks in the community who are so generous for their dollars and allow us to do this, allow us to come out with net profits at the end that go to nonprofits, and we truly are grateful. Our platinum sponsor this evening is National Penn Bank. Our gold sponsors are the Mercury, the Boyertown Area Times, Berks Country Magazine, and the Reading Eagle. And our bronze sponsors are All County and Associates, Chestnut Knoll Assisted Living, Everything Printing, Dear Old Supply, Doctors Carol Reitnauer and Dr. James Tribbett, Bodie Borneman Insurance, the Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles, the Boyertown Rotary Club, Seville's Diner, and Ott Funeral Home. Thank you one and all. At this time, I would ask that you extend a very warm welcome to someone who's pretty much a hometown guy, serves the community. He is also, for many of us, our state representative. He has some comments this evening. Please welcome David Maloney.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you all. I know this is always a very tense night, sometimes anxiety-filled for those that are recipients, and something to be very proud of. But it was a busy year this year. I want to just give you a little bit of a quick history. I don't want to take up too much time. But for me, there was a lot of numerical coincidences that came together. This year was the 100th anniversary of the Kiwanis Club. It was the 150th anniversary of Salvation Army. And those were some of the things that myself and my staff worked on with the House of Representatives, because we knew and know that they are related to people helping people. We also have the 150th anniversary of Boyertown coming up this year. So there was things that we worked on that were very important to our communities, and we could recognize them statewide with the House of Representatives. And so I offered a resolution this past year making September 27th, which coincides with the Federal Day, of First Responders Day. And so through that process, and knowing Mark, I thought it would be terrific to touch base with him about what we do, how we open the House of Representatives up, and bring them to the Capitol. And so, with a little bit of schedule issues, I got Mark to be the opening, to bring the opening prayer to the House of Representatives one day. And I think that was quite an experience for himself. And through that process, we got talking about first responders and the resolution that I had offered. And so now what we have done thanks to him prodding me, is that only one other time in Pennsylvania has there been an official date that gets recognized annually by the governor. And so now what I have done is I pushed legislation in the process that September 27th, First Responders Day, will be an official day in Pennsylvania, and we are driving towards that end. So that really had to do with interaction and some of the conversation that, matter of fact, how it all happened was, Mark said to me afterwards, he says, Dave, is this going to be an official day? I said, well, that's a good question. And so I looked into the legal part of it, and so with him prompting me, and I think we all know that those folks who really are concerned about other people, and Mark is very different because he's not only concerned and reaches out to individuals on a regular basis, pretty much a daily basis, but he is also one who's concerned about people's, emotional state, spiritual state, and things of that nature that I think gives him something a little bit more, I'd say, connected.